Sh- This is it isn't. When does this is should
When
be
does
should
this
be
end?
when does this good good
Really?
isn't good it is
When
good
does this
good
end?
it isn't
When
good
does this
it is
end?
end. This is pitiful. You should be doing more.
What more do I even owe you?
Don't you want to get out of here? Out of your destitution?
This isn't destitution. I have a bed, food, an extra $5 to buy coffee every morning. I have everything I could possibly need.
But it could be so much more than this. Don't you think you're owed that at the very least, after all you've been through?
You're so whiny. Look, I like trees now. I like lakes and grass and shit. I don't need IKEA furniture or anything like that.
When are you finally going to shape up and take this life seriously? You're single, destitute, barely see anyone, and all you do is make these videos.
Happy now. I finally lowered these possible standards that I didn't even want in the first place. And how much further could I possibly take this? There's only so much I can do. I don't have the right to expect any results. I can only work towards them.
That's exactly my point. You're barely even human. All the experiences and memories that constitute a well-adjusted person, they're missing in your sad patchwork of life.
But I'm building it up, and sometimes luck is on my side. A miracle can only happen if you don't give in.
Why should it take a miracle for you to even have the things that normal people have? How much longer can you keep this up until you break? Who will you hurt when that happens?
All this self-pity is what'll destroy me, and I don't owe anyone anything. I paid my dues.
So is that it then? You're just gonna chug along in your destitution, sustaining yourself off of shit pay and artistry, like some sort of Walden Pond, that spoiled Harvard brat, rejecting the world, yet so utterly reliant.
I don't know. But there has to be more than this.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, I mean, there has to be more than this. It can't all just be social media and houses and iPhones and shit. The dream can't just be some marketer's ad. There has to be some other way. This isn't sustainable. Our economy can't support this. Our resources can't support this. Hell, even we can't support this. How many of those rich white people did you see go crazy for their stupid lust for stuff? When the hell did our dreams become so bastardized that we only wanted it all?
That was your dream too.
No, I'm not fucking like that.
Be honest with yourself.
Okay, yes, I wanted a play button. I wanted a cool apartment. But guess what? Those aren't the dreams that some bullshit marketer pushed on me. Those are all the things I wanted as a kid because I could never have them. It's all born out of desperation, and I can't hold on to that anymore.
Congratulations. You're capable of having an original thought, a dream entirely unique to you, but with none of the conviction, because you still think it's not in the cards for you. You're so full of fear.
It's not some sort of fear. It's a truth of life, my life. But that can't just be my dream. Dreams can shift, they can change, people can change and adapt. I'm different now. I just want a normal life.
You're such a coward. As soon as there's any uncertainty involved, you just give up.
You're the fucking villain in my life that fed into my insecurity and made me so desperate as to want all that shit in the first place.
I'm trying to help you. It's such a small dream, yet how can you be so afraid? Is this a dream you never wanted?
I don't know.
Is a simple life really worth it?
No. Deep down I know the answer is no. Life's too expensive now, and even a simple life is hard to obtain.
But would it make you happy?
I think so.
You can never know what you want until you've obtained it.
But what if I fail?
Well, then you can just go back to subscribing to your old philosophy.
And what if it's wrong?
That's what's nice about not having all the answers. It doesn't matter if you're wrong, so long as your conviction is perfect. It can quite literally fool your brain to go along with anything that's somewhat psychotic, but it just goes to show that the mind is much more malleable than we think it is. So what's the first step?
Well, videos I've already gotten down.
So what about money?
I'll have to start saving. Enough for a 1-year lease.
How much would that be?
In terms of a city near me, probably about 2.5k a month. So about 30 grand, give or take. But that money could go to retirement.
For someone so riddled with fear of the future, you certainly do make a lot of long-term plans.
Tomorrow's not certain. That truth I'm familiar with.
Well, that's a good motivator, isn't it?
It's an awful one.
Only if you allow worry to steep in.
The only antidote is acceptance.
Yet you feel as though that's not in the cards for you.
Not until I'm 80 and retired. Life can only be understood backwards. Only if I'm already at that comfortable stage of life will I be able to say for sure whether or not there was any certainty to it.
There's two parts to that quote, though. Life can only be understood backwards, but must be lived forwards. If I were you, I'd just go with the assumption that 80-year-old version of you probably won't exist. Who knows? Maybe the worst will come to pass someday. But wouldn't it have been better to get all the important stuff out of the way as early as possible?
At the expense of the future?
Again, why are you holding on to the future so much?
Well, for every disaster there's been an equivalent miracle to balance it out. Otherwise I wouldn't be here.
You worry that your luck may be running dry.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, we'll see. But at least now you have a plan of action, something to take your mind off all that. By the way, you could just rush it, right? Just start making cooking videos and maybe sell your foreskin.
My art has to have meaning to it, though. I know it's irrational, but I really don't know how much longer I have. I don't know what the next disaster is going to be, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle it. But in the meantime, I just want to help someone, somehow. I've never had a life outside of survival. Learning how to be human was a process. Maybe there's someone out there who could stand to learn all the lessons I have, regardless of how stupid or simple they may be.
Even without a big metal reward to hang on your wall. I'm sorry, but these videos don't really perform all that well.
Well, maybe some cooking videos won't hurt then.
With lots of yelling, too.
Of course. Otherwise, who would watch? Hell, maybe I'll even pretend to trespass into people's homes and break into their fridges.
People do still need to learn how to cook.
Yeah. I think the internet would like that. I think it would like it a lot.